Happy Sunday, everyone! You're up for another episode of Live Well with Aromatherapist Jirbie Go, and I am Jirbie Go. And today is going to be the season ender for our season 3. The theme is Business Building Bootcamp. I'm wrapping up the season because, well, to give room for a brand new season with a brand new theme. Alright, so for today's episode, it's going to be revolving around the topic that you're not supposed to put all your eggs in one basket. And I'm going to be sharing with you my multiple streams of income. Not to brag about it, but to give you an idea on how you can also earn from multiple sources. I think it's important to be able to figure out how you can source money from different sources. And I'm just going to be sharing with you like my life principles, business principles, and hopefully that all of you will get to learn something about it, and hopefully it makes sense to you. Okay? So, again, it's just going to be me who's talking today. I hope you guys will enjoy this episode, and yeah, so let's start. Alright, so firstly, I wanted to give you like this thought that it's true that success will always have that iceberg illusion. What do you mean by iceberg illusion? When you see an iceberg, you just see what's on top, diba? The one that's above the sea, and people will always see that lang, yung success part of it. Nobody would really think about the bottom part of it. And normally, that's the bigger chunk of the iceberg. Mas malaki yung paghihirap mo, all the challenges, hiccups, hard work, failure that you have to undergo, trials that you have to undergo. Yan yung nasa ilalim. Yan yung mga hindi nakikita ng tao. Sometimes, people don't really acknowledge that anymore. And on the flip side, sometimes, people don't really say about that anymore. Hindi na nila sinasabi na before they even reach that point of success, you know, that very glorifying thought na, oh, this person is so successful. Ang galing-galing niya. Hindi na rin niya kinukwento na, actually, parang 10 million times ako nag-fail. I've tried 10 million times before I was able to achieve success, or I had to lose all my money before I had to be successful. You know, those are the stories that we don't normally hear about anymore because people don't like to hear about failure. In my opinion, diba, parang ang gusto lang ng karamihan, they just want to hear about your success. They just want to be inspired about your success. But I've always had this notion that we also have to learn about the failure to be able to learn about it. Diba? If we are aware that people failed in this aspect, then maybe we can pick up some learnings, pick up some, you know, things that we can learn from. Diba? Parang warning sign na, oh, okay, ito yung ginawa niya. Tapos parang dapat pala, I'm not supposed to do that kasi nag-fail siya because of that. Diba? It's like a warning sign na we're not supposed to go down that road because we might fail as well. Or we can take that into consideration and improve on it to make sure na we're not going to be falling on that same road. Okay? So, success will always have the iceberg illusion. And honestly, the mistakes that people had to go through to achieve success is so much more important than just watching or glorifying the success. Okay? We had to take note of all the failures, all the sacrifice, all the hard work, all the persistence, like how many times they had to try again. You know, we had to weigh all the opportunity costs that the person had to pay to be able to achieve that success. And I think that's true, di ba, na, for example, let's take Elon Musk as an example. A lot of people are admiring what Elon Musk has done in the past, I guess, few years. Diba? Sabihin natin in the past 5 years. Not really 10 years. Maybe 8 years, ganyan. But 10 years ago, nobody even know who Elon Musk is. Diba? 10, 12, 15 years ago, hindi naman natin kilala si Elon Musk. All we ever knew about was Steve Jobs. It was Apple, diba? Or si Bill Gates. And I bet during those times when people were raving so much about, I guess, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, they were mocking Elon Musk then, diba? During those times, na parang, sino ba itong crew na ito? Sino ba itong kakaibang mag-isip na ito? But look at him now. Look at Elon Musk now. He is the one who's making the most sense in a lot of his directions and visions and all those stuff, diba? So sometimes ganun, diba? You would have to endure people's mockery. They will bring you down first. Mamatain ka nila. Lalaitin ka nila. Sabihin nila, crew ka, baliw ka, ganyan. Only if you believe that what you're doing is right. For so long as you know what you're doing is right, and in your heart that you believe in what you're doing, then just continue doing it. You don't let other people's opinion phase you out. Just focus on what you want and your goal. And really, truly, sometimes it takes years for people to understand what you wanted to do and what you wanted to bring to the table. Sometimes ganun talaga. Just recently, I was watching Pili Ani's founders, Miss Rosalina Tan's video. Because recently I guested in one of their corporate events for the Society of the Gynecologic Oncologists of the Philippines mid-year convention. And so I did my little own digging, diba? Syempre, I wanted to get to know the company that I'm representing. I was representing Pili Ani then. And I watched Miss Rosalina Tan's video on how she started Pili Ani. And I was very touched kasi I don't know where pinalabas yung video, but it's on YouTube. I will probably link it on the description of this episode because I think it's really nice and inspirational. So basically, the video just showed everyone how she started Pili Ani with a single goal in mind. She just wanted to help the farmers. Ang simple ng goal niya. Ang ganda. Diba? She never really thought of making like an international beauty brand that's like really respected and full of heart as it is now. She just wanted to help the farmers. And so I think she is a native of Bicol and she's been working with the farmers for a long time. She mentioned in the video that it all started because her friend offered her organic rice. And parang sinabi sa kanya ng friend niya na, oh, did you know all the rice that you buy in the groceries are all laced with pesticides? And she didn't believe it at first. Parang, how's that possible? Bakit siya magiging talamak sa grocery if it's super laced with pesticides? So, I think she got also the organic rice offered by her friend. She bought rice from the grocery and sent it to the OST to have it checked. And lo and behold, oo nga, totoo. It was super laced with pesticides. She was so alarmed that parang, oh my God, all these years I've been feeding my family, my daughters, my granddaughters, my grandchildren, all these things that is actually very harmful for them, for us. And so that started her advocacy of organic or sustainable agriculture. And so yun na, I think I'm not really sure on the background, no, pero that incident started why she started working with farmers. So, I think siya invested in agriculture, organic agriculture. So, working with these farmers, syempre, the farmers also, they don't really know much, diba, about their products. Parang, all they ever care about is, okay, kailangan kong magtanim para may ani ako, para may benta ako. And what has been going on in Bicol region for years and years now, international vendors, middlemen actually, international vendors, would always go to Bicol to tap yung mga LME resin. Actually, hindi alam ng mga taga Bicol yung LME resin or the dagta. They don't know it kasi My yaya is also from Bicol. When I asked her about it, she doesn't even know. But every time she goes to Bicol and come back, she would always give us pasalubong on pili nuts. Ever since I was young. She's been with us since I was 3 years old. So, nung pinakita ko sa kanya yung LME resin na bigay sa akin ng student ko years ago, hindi niya alam. So, I don't even know where to get this. Tapos parang sabi ko, sa Bicol yan, parang sa Pili Tree, ganyan. Hindi nila alam. Tapos, so yun. So, the people in Bicol, siguro this foreigner na middleman, syempre he or she has gotten in touch with some of the farmers na, okay, produce me itong resin and I will pay you money, ganyan. But the farmer or the Bicol native won't even know how much the value of that resin is. So, malamang nilolowball siya, malamang binabarat siya. Until Pili Ani, as a company, stepped in, rolled out a lot of educational programs for these farmers and taught them the value of the resin, what are the things that they can do with it, ano yung ginagawa, bakit binibili sa kanila, and the value of it, ano ba yung fair price niyan. Para hindi nyo kailangan ibenta ng mura, kasi if you tend to sell it at a low price, then you would have to tap more. Diba? Tama naman, diba? Sustainability practice, if you sell it very low, as a farmer, konti lang nakukuha mong kita, then you would have to tap more trees to be able to provide food on your table. Versus, if you know the fair price of your resin, you might need to only tap one and that's sufficient for your entire week, let's say, diba? I don't really know the pero I'm just saying the concept behind it. So, Pili Ani invested in a lot of education, which is good. I also agree that you have to invest in education so that everybody can prosper. At the end of the day, the community will benefit if you invest in education. And during those years na Pili Ani was just starting, she's just been giving her money away. Kasi nga gusto lang niya tulungan yung farmer. So, bibilhin niya yung resin sa farmer, sasabihin ng farmer, lalapit sa kanyang farmer, sasabihin sa kanya na, ma'am, I need to sell this so that I can go home. So, bibilihin niya. And that is how, you can see the heart of the owner of Pili Ani, which really, touched me. Galing talaga. And through that course, kasi nga, she's not earning, binibili lang niya ino-offer sa kanya kasi gusto lang niya makatulong, umabot daw sa point na meron na siyang isang buong warehouse ng LME resin na hindi niya alam kung anong gagawin niya. And also, this spanned for 3 years. She's been just, syempre, labas ng pera, bili lang siya ng bili. She lost her money. And she felt that she was a failure. It's in the video. Makikita mo talaga na when the daughter was explaining, Miss Mary Jane Tan was explaining and recalling how they started, you can feel na at some point, Miss Lina Tan was at the bottom of her life, telling to everyone that she was a failure. Why am I a failure? And hindi yun naiintindihan ng tao, di ba? Na parang nasabi rin niya sa video na her friends used to not believe her in the things that she's saying. Walang naniniwala sa kanya, but look at them now. Di ba? Look at them now. Look at Pili Ani now. It's a very well-respected, well-loved brand in the Philippines. And it has broken international barriers. Meron din siyang sa US. I think it's the first purely Filipino brand na nasa US, nasa HSN. And I think it's also thriving in the US. Ang dami nilang mga features, Pop Sugar, Good Morning America, which is really magaling, diba? That's really cool. But going back to my thought na success is always an iceberg illusion. Everybody will just look at you with your success eh. Yun ang alam ng tao na, ay, ang galing niya. Pili Ani, kilala agad abroad, social, ganyan. But nobody really knew or took time to know about the things that the owner has gone through. That he or she would have to go through. Kailangan. Sometimes, you know what? Kailangan yun. That's what I feel like. Na sometimes we have to feel or experience failure and to be able to try to pick the pieces up and move on again. it's part of life. It's part of the experience that you have to go through. Kasi failure will also teach you resilience. Failure will teach you to be creative. Diba? How will you go back up again? How can you pick up the pieces again? And, if you just watch the video, that's a really nice and meaningful video na the owner of Pili Ani had to lose everything. Yeah, she had to lose all her money to be able to put up the company as it is now, Pili Ani Beauty now. Imagine that. And ang galing kasi, when you watch the video, makikita mo talaga na punong-puno siya ng puso. It was not created to target to profit. Of course, you need to profit for it to be sustainable, but hindi siya yung sugapa. So that's really nice. I hope you guys would set time to watch that video and learn from it, as I did. Alright? So, let me just move on to the next bit of this podcast episode. So, I'm going to be sharing with you my multiple streams of income. Not to brag again, but to inspire you that you can too. Okay? Let me just walk you through my history. And to give you a perspective, 'di ba? Parang mas masabayan nyo kung paano ako mag-isip. My personality is, I'm very independent, I would say. I am never influenced by other people with regard to my decisions. I would always, for example, in the group, na kailangan nyo mag-decide. For example, sabihin natin, okay, saan tayo kakain, ganyan, or whatever decisions, even how much petty it is, and the person in the group who would always be able to decide kung saan, kung ano. Because I know there are people na parang, okay, I'll wait for other people's decision first. Kung sino majority, maybe I'd go with that. I'm not that type. Okay? I'm very quick to judge and I'm very quick to decide. I think it's one of my strengths. I am very buwang loob ko. I rarely feel hesitation. I'm a risk taker ever since before. And I'm honestly just very quick to decide. It's one of my strengths, I believe. And if you don't have that character or trait, you can try to practice it, diba? Start with simple decisions. Kunyari, ano oras tayo alis ng bahay? That's a very simple question, diba? Some people, 11? 12? After lunch 1? Diba parating may ganun? So you start. Set firm decisions. Let's go out by 11. Start with small decisions. And the more you do that, masasanay ka rin na firm ka sa decision mo. It really, harnesses your decision making. From small decisions, like, anong kakainin natin for dinner? What do you want? Wendy's? Army Navy? Or, I don't know, ganyan. You decide. From small decisions, you will take on that character to be decisive. Okay, and from that, you will be able to normalize that. So, ever since I was young, I've always involved myself in some sort of an entrepreneurial activity. So, bata pa ako, I think I've mentioned this in one of my videos before or in one of my videos somewhere else, that I started when I was in 3rd grade. I think 3rd grade or 1st grade. I'm not really sure. But I have this vivid memory of being in our kitchen and telling my family that, hey, I'm selling my stickers. Kasi uso noon yung stickers and stationery. I'm selling my stationery and stickers to my friends at 1 peso profit. And during those time, malaki na yung piso ha. Parang 5 pesos lang you have na chichirya, ganyan, sa school. And I don't really need the money kasi di ba may baonan kami. And I was very young. I was 11, not 11, 1st grade. So I was just 6 to 8 years old. And I'm very happy pag nakakabenta ako. And those stickers and stationaries, bigay lang yun sa akin. So, parang net, wala pa akong cost doon. So, kung how much ko man siya binenta, it's all profit for me. So, it was fun. And even as young as that, I honestly have been enjoying earning my own money. You know, holding my own pera, having my own ipon. Masaya talaga ako pag may sarili akong cash, ganyan. May sarili akong pangbili. Although, wala naman akong kailangan bilihin. Pero, for some reason, talaga, masaya ako na, ayun, may ipon ako, ganyan. And, since we were young, you know, the only way that we can earn money, ito yung parang rule sa house namin is, if we ace an exam. So, for example, yung mga quizzes, periodical exam, ano yung semi, yung sa gitna, unit tests, ganyan. If nag-uwi kami ng 100 score in any of those tests, we get 1 peso. Piso talagang reward. Di ba? Ang liit, pero masaya na ako noon. It was such a pride for me to have that coin. And when I get to perfect a test, I was so excited to go home kasi I'm so excited to claim my 1 peso. Imagine piso lang yon in our household, yung reward namin. Pero masayang-masaya na ako noon kasi, you know, you instill in your kid na parang, when you work hard and you ace an exam, you get rewarded. And it honestly worked for me because masaya ako dun sa piso na yun. And I would have this little piggy bank and I was just so excited to see it get filled up. Pag bumibigat siya, ang saya-saya ko. So what happens pag mabigat na siya, I gave it to my mom to send it to bank. Kasi my parents would open an account for each of us kahit bata pa kami. So lahat ng mga angpao and whatever money that we get to receive from family or friends or whatever, it all goes there. And ako rin ganun. So lahat ng ipon ko, yung piggy bank ko pag puno na, mabigat na. Sabi ko sa mami ko, ano na, put na in the bank. Nakakatawa. So yun, since I was young, I have been into a lot of those entrepreneurial activity na parang ako lang, you know, trip ko lang. In high school, actually in elementary and high school, I didn't really need much money. So parang yun lang yung recollection ko of earning on my own. Just selling stickers and stationaries. Pero rumampa talaga ako ng college. So in college, even if I have na my allowance, kasi we start to receive our allowance by 6th grade in high school and college, I wanted to earn more. So in college, I remember I was making those accessories, yung mga beaded accessories, yung mga wired jewelry. I used to make those. I have all the tools, all the beads. Suki ako ng tutuban noon. I buy all those beads from Michelle's. This is not sponsored, but I'm just sharing with you my experience. So, suki ako ng Michelle's. I love all the beads and cute no iba-ibang maliliit. And I have all those little cross-stitch containers, but I put the beads there para naka-compartmentalize siya. And I have all the tools. So, meron ako yung mga long nose pliers, flat nose, round nose. I have all of those. And then wires and everything. Because I used to make those in college. But as usual, maliliit lang ang kita dyan. And you have so many inventory, di ba? Kasi you have to buy so many beads. Tapos create, take pictures, post it on Multiply. Sa Multiply pa yung platform ko nun. I guess I'm one of the few. And I got featured pa sa Lasal yan nun, sa school newspaper. For being a student entrepreneur. I remember, meron pa kami mga photo shoot sa Marian Quadrangle. Tapos naka showcase lahat ng mga accessories ko. Nakakatawa. Tapos meron tong makeshift stand, naggawa lang sa folder. Tapos may mga butas-butas para dun ko nakatusok yung mga earrings. It was so funny. I mean, looking back, nakakatawa lang siya isipin. Pero it was fun, di ba? Parang, wow, who's this girl? Who's this girl sending all these things? Tapos, I remember pa my card. I remember pa my logo. Tapos, print ko sa printer, kakat ko, and I'll put it each pair sa isang plastic. Grabe, nakakatuwa siya. Ayun, maliit lang ang kita doon, as you may expect. But, I wasn't shy. Alam mo yun, parang some people kasi, they want a business that's so big. Parang gusto nila agad multi-million-dollar business. Pero hindi. You know what? You can start your business even with a small capital. You can actually start small. You can actually start your business even with what? Just 5,000 capital. I mean, at that time, I was just a student. For sure, parang petty cash lang. Parang mga 1,000 pesos lang siguro yung capital ko noon or 500. You can start any business at any point of your financial, I would say, situation. Parang sometimes you can start kahit ano lang. 500 pesos, paikutin mo lang yung pera, diba? Depende on the business that you wanted. Pero, you just have to be keen in spotting opportunity kung saan ka kikita. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, no? If you are like me, I was in college, wala naman talaga akong binabayaran, wala naman nakapasan sa shoulders ko, wala naman ako family na finifeed. It was just all for fun for me. Parang playtime lang yun lahat. Natutuwa lang ako kasi I get to create and sell and earn money on the side. I guess I was privileged naman not to have to worry about putting food on the table because my parents were able to provide. But I just want to let you know also that all the things that I have now, I've worked hard for each and every one of it. I wasn't born rich. I'm not brand spanking rich. Just to, clear that out. I know a lot of people that I meet, and especially in the past few years, would always look at me that way. And it upsets me most of the time kasi parang bad trip ako talaga. If I meet people and all they ever talk about me, especially in front of my face or even behind me, na parang, yaman mo kasi, ganyan. Mayaman ka kasi, gusto ko maging kasi yaman mo, ganyan. Puro ganun yung hirit. Parang, I get offended kasi, is that all you ever think about me? Diba? Na parang, wala na bang iba? You are just at the surface. You didn't even give a chance to get to know me and all the things that I've done to appreciate the things that I have. Parang ganun. Just to give you a background, I wasn't born rich. I belong in a middle class family and I'm proud of it. Never ko kinahiya yung background ko at never din akong nag-pretend na, oh my God, I was born with a silver spoon. No. No, I'm not. And I'm not sad about it or shy about it. I'm actually very proud kung saan yung pinanggalingan ko. I was born in a very middle-class family. My dad never had a car. Not until nung pinanganak na kami. Diba? Kung brand spanking rich ang parents ko, syempre dapat lumaki rin sila very poshly. But no! My parents, both of them were working students in their college lives. They had to work for what they have also. My dad used to work in the bank when he was in college while studying business in UST. My mom was also working while finishing her degree in pharmacy, also in UST. And I guess even at a young age, both of them were instilled with the same principle that you have to work hard for your money. You have to work hard. Ganun naman talaga. And so we were raised up that way din na yun nga, if you work hard or if you study well at umuwi ka ng perfect score sa test, may piso ka, ganyan. Simple lang. And we were raised to be instilled of that principle na work hard and you will have a reward. So, matagal na akong independent from my parents and financially independent. At 25, I decided to live on my own. All my luho in life, ang luho ko lang naman in life is gadgets. Ever since before. I'm not into branded clothes, shoes, bags. I'm not really into those. Ever since. If you check my closet, it's so basic. Hindi ako mahilig talaga sa branded. Because for me, those are just clothes, shoes, and pero, I would admit, ang luho ko talaga is gadgets. Ever since I was in college, the things that I saved up for, the things that, mga side hustles ko, napupunta sa gadget talaga. Mahilig talaga ako sa electronics. And I think even up to now, not as lala as before, because before, basta pag may bagong lumabas na cellphone, I would always have it. Now, hindi na. Siyempre, maturity comes, and you would realize that you don't really have to spend so much Like right now, this Note 8, kahit basag-basag na yung screen, I can't let go of it because I really love it. I want to fix it on my own. So, with maturity comes also all those realizations. And ngayon, may pinapakain na kasi ako. Ang dami kong cats, diba? So, mature na yung thinking ko. It's not all about my gadgets anymore. When you look at my laptop, kawawa na yung laptop ko ngayon. Wala na yung keyboard kong R, wala yung letter X, kasi sinira na ng cats ko. But, hindi ko pa siya pinapalitan. If I were, like, 20 years ago, kung nasa college pa ako, na-scratch lang yan, pinalitan ko na yan, ganon. Ganon ako noon. But now, parang, pagtsagaan na natin to, gumagana pa naman, ganyan. Maturity comes talaga, ganyan. I would rather spend, magkano bagong laptop, 80,000, mid-range, right? Before I can spend that 80,000, isipin mo muna, oh my gosh, ilang food ni Balto yan, ilang food ng cats natin yan. So yon, nag-iiba talaga ang perspective natin as we grow, as we mature. Nagsa-sidetrack na tayo. So, going back, no? All throughout my college life, I've honestly been financially independent. I have my allowance from my parents, yes, but I have a lot of my side hustles, yes. I was selling accessories. Nung nauso yung cellphone Nokia, yung maliliit, yung mga 8210, 8890, I started to sell crocheted cellphone accessories. Wala pang ganun noon. I was the first, I remember. So, nagcrochet ako. Ang bilis lang gawin nun. Parang ilang oras lang nakakabenta ako. For perspective, one crochet ball, Monaco brand, I buy it for 20-25 pesos from Michelle's. I can make about 4. I would say 4 to 5 cellphone casings. Basta kasing liit ng mga 8210, 8850, ganyan. And I would sell each of those for, I think I sell it for 300 pesos. I think. I forgot na pero in that range, it's 300, 400, 500. Pag malaki, meron yung parang business type na Nokia, yung na-fold, diba? That's a little big. Syempre, medyo mas mahal din. So, since I was the first who's been doing that in Lasal, dami ko order. So, yeah, I sell to my friends, relatives, nag-order. And pag nag-order sila, syempre, tayo noon, fancy. You will not stick to one colors. So, some people will have 5 orders. Tatlo yung order kasi gusto iba-ibang kulay. O, tiba-tiba ako nun. 25 pesos lang ang puhunan, tsaka oras, labor. Ako lang gumagawa. I make them all by myself. So, saya, di ba? Ang laki ng ROI ko. I keep all those money. And then, I think, the final gig that I can remember when I was still in Lasal is, nakumita din talaga ako ng marami is, nagbenta ako ng grad pick. Ito talaga solid to. No sweat to. At least yung crochet medyo matagal, diba? Kasi medyo marami kang gagawin. But this one is like really the best. I started selling grad pick packages kasi graduating na ako. Tapos, nakita ko yung grad pick package namin. Sabi ko, oh my gosh, ang mahal. I forgot how much it was. But it was expensive for a piece of 8R and 4 pieces of wallet size. Or I think 8 pieces of wallet size. Basta konti lang. So, the big size is for you, para ipaskill mo sa bahay naka-frame. Tapos, yung maliliit na wallet size for you to trade with your friends. What if friendly ka? Dami mong friends. Kulang na kulang yung 4 pieces. Or 6 pieces ba yun? Basta ang konti ng wallet size. Tapos, ang mahal. Tapos, wala nang ibang package. Parang, ganun lang. There are 2 packages. Dalawa doon. May isang big size and then a few small sizes. And I knew then and there that, oh my God, this is so expensive. And people would need more small wallet size. Kasi nga, like ako, wala akong block. Diba? De-blocked ako. Hindi ako, dami kong friends, dami kong classmates, iba-iba, per subject. And then, dami kong wallet size na kailangan kung makikipag-trade ako. Tapos, kung kukuha ako ng package ng grad pick ng Lasal, it's so expensive. It's like not 4,000, pero 4 digits siya. Mahal. So, naisip ko na, oh my God, I can actually earn from this. Tapos, naisip ko, ang easy lang nito. Marunong naman ako mag-Photoshop na at that time, and I knew how to print photos at that time. So, I started my business. Nag-offer ako ng grad pick reprinting packages. I forgot how much I charged people, but I think it was 999, 1,000 pesos. You get to have I think 16 ba? 16 copies of your wallet size photos. Dami na nun, 1,000 pesos lang. Kaysa sa yung sa school, parang, I guess 2,000 yung sa school. I forgot na the packages, honestly. But it was expensive. Nung kinompute ko na parang, I'm not gonna put my money on that. So, kaya ako gumawa ng sarili kong package. I think I had 1,000 pesos yata or 500 pesos. Parang ganyan. Tapos, ang dami mo ng wallet size. Eh, di syempre, patok yun. Ito pa, ang binentahan ko lang yung college ko. College of Business and Economics lang. What if, di ba? In-expand ko sa buong Lasal. Tiba-tiba sana ako nun. But, I was just doing everything for fun. Again, I was lucky that I don't really have to worry about putting food on the table or feeding a family. Therefore, I honestly just do everything for fun. Yung trip lang. Hindi ko talaga siya masyado seneryoso. Pero, laki ng kinita ko dun. Kasi, magkano lang bang 4-hour before? When you split a 4-hour photo, that's basically your wallet size photo. So, 4-hour photo, when you have it printed, it's just 7 pesos. 7 or 8 pesos. Yun lang ang puhunan ko. Sabihin natin, 8 copies kasi 16 pieces, diba? So, 8 pesos times 8, 64 pesos lang ang puhunan ko. Pero, I sell it at, I believe hindi ako bababa ng 500. Or, 999, 1,000. I don't remember na how much I sold it, but yun. So I earned a lot again. Dami kong kinita nun. I believe because of that, I was able to buy my own new cell phone. Or a laptop. I honestly forgot. Pero yun. Lahat ng kinikita ko noon, nung college ako, napupunta lang talaga sa gadget ko. And I'm not brand conscious. I guess that's another trait about me na parang, that's why things worked well. I don't really buy to impress people, and I honestly don't think, even up to now, I honestly don't care about what people think. You can either accept me or not, but not because of the things that I carry, the brands that I carry, the brands that I wear. Because honestly, me, myself, I don't care about brands, and that is the only reason why I don't even care about signature or designer clothes, shoes, and bags, kasi wala rin akong pakialam sa brands. And nung bata ako, my first ever laptop was yung Chipipay na generic brand ng Vilman. Yung the brand that nobody knows. Yung parang alam mong galing China, nire-brand nila, ginawa nilang in-house brand. Ganun yung first laptop ko. I didn't even care about, like I know, yung mga millennial now, ang pabili nila parati, kailangan, Dad, buy me naman yung latest MacBook. Kailangan Mac. Ako hindi. I have always stayed away from those brands that I can't even rationalize to myself with. Pag hindi ko makita yung value niya, talaga, I will not buy it. You have to convince me first so that I can put money in there. Ganun ang prinsipyo ko sa pagbibili ng things. I'm not into flashy things. I'm not in this world to impress other people. Yeah, that's another thing that you have to remember. Kasi if you continuously strive to impress people, believe me, you will eventually empty your cup sooner. Because people will never be satisfied. They will always just want more and more. You give them a hand, they want your arm. Ganun talaga ang buhay ngayon. Be kind, gusto nila, buong buo makukuha ka nila. You have to reserve some for yourself. And if you're someone who tends to please everyone, pag people pleaser ka, ang hirap ng buhay mo because you will have to constantly serve people, please people, impress people. What's left with you? At the end of the day, ikaw lang yung madidrain. And I guess that's what's important about this bit, no? Itong topic na ito na be satisfied with what you have. Spend within your means. Like ako, during that time, I was in college, I needed a laptop. I've always been part of the LaSalle's marketing team competing with other schools, and therefore I needed a laptop that time. My first ever laptop, hindi binili ng parents ko. I bought it for myself. Again, we were not raised in a super brand spanking rich family. Our household is honestly middle income. We work hard for whatever we have, especially ako. I have been very independent from my parents since I was in college. So, ayun, I bought for myself, and at that time, ang afford ko lang talaga is that low-end laptop. Hindi ko naman afford yung mga, at that time, ang uso is Dell. Kasi Dell yung nasa nasa Gossip Girl, 'di ba? Puro Dell yung hawak nila. I remember, clearly remember. Puro Dell. So, ang uso nun is Dell. HP ang uso noon. Dell, yan. Yan ang mga big brands ng mga laptop ng tao. Mac, of course. Mac, not really pa yata before pero I don't know, pero my friends would always have like HP or Dell. And I have this little magaan na manipis na China brand laptop, working alongside them. And I really didn't care because, well, I'm paying for this. And this is what I can afford. And ito yung gumagana rin naman diba? Nakaka-type din naman ako ng Word. I can also make my PowerPoint here. So, who cares? Parang ganon. So, yun. Ano lang ako? Carry lang, diba? So what? Kung branded sana ito sa akin, hindi. I don't care. I mean, I still can produce the same output that we all need for school. So, it's fine with me. I understand that some generations now, some young people now might not have the same principle. But I guess that if you instill that principle, that bit to your child, even if he or she was young, dadalhin yan sa pagtanda niya. I was raised na gano'n na wag maging brand conscious. I remember all throughout my life, nung bata ako, excited ako pagpasukan. Kasi bibili na kami ng notebooks, bibili na kami, enroll na. Pag mag-enroll na, masaya talaga ako kasi bibili na kami ng books from school. Tapos, after enrollment from school, always punta na national, bili na ng notebooks, pens, everything, blah, blah, blah. And I would always find joy. Talagang joy, as in saya talaga. Yung feeling na masaya talaga ako. Wrapping my own notebooks and books. Grabe, ganun ako kababaw. I have so much joy. Wala pa si Marie Kondo nun, but I can honestly, distinctly tell you na there is joy when I wrap my own notebooks and books with plastic cover. Grabe, expert ako niyan. I wrap it all kasi I love my notebooks and books. I want them all. Alam mo, sobra akong OC, sobrang bad trip ako kapag nakukulubot yung corner ng books or notebooks ko or nayuyupi. I get so, why? When you check all my notebooks and books, you see na sobrang pristine nila, as in, I love them. I kept them in very nice, unfolded. Even my magazines, basta lahat, ayoko na may gusot. Ganun ako mag-maintain ng things ko. And so I'd find joy that I wrap them, keep them na in my bag, wait for June 3rd or June 5th or kung kailan man ang pasukan. Ganun, sobrang nerdox lang talaga ako nun. Even the act or the activity of wrapping my books talaga give me sheer delight. Masaya talaga ako. Kakatawa. So, every time na nasa national kami with my parents, ako yung nagka-canvas. Talagang trabaho ko na ever since I was young, as young as I can remember, sabihin natin 3rd grade, ganyan. Ako na yung nagka-canvas. Ano yung pinakamurang notebook? Tapos yun lang yung bibilihin ko. I honestly don't care na I have some sisters who would prefer brands like, gusto ko lang Sterling or I want lang ganitong brand. Nung lumaki na kami, there's this green apple. So, gusto nila yung green apple. Ako, I didn't care. Like, I'll just get the cheapest brand of notebook and that's fine. Parang ganun. Pero hindi naman yung artista level, okay? Hindi ko naman kinukuha yung may artista. But the cheapest notebook, na medyo cutie-cutie naman, generic looking, ganyan. Because I've always been very conscious about price. And I remember I would always get Panda ball pen because it's the cheapest. Ganon. So, bata pa lang ako, talaga na-instill na sa akin na, if it works just the same as the more expensive choice, then just get the cheaper one, diba? Every little centavo saved is still money. Savings pa rin yun. Yun. So, hanggang lumaki ako ganon. Hindi talaga ako brand conscious. Even with my clothes, my bag, kita mo, wala. You can rarely see me sport like super high-end. It's not my thing, It's not my thing to impress you or anyone. As long as it falls well on my body, the fit is good, I look well in it, I look proper with it, then it's fine, honestly. It's something that you have to instill to your children. Kasi, alam ko na meron mga tao na, gusto ko branded, pag hindi branded, ayaw. Sometimes, okay lang kung afford. Paano kung hindi, di ba? You would really kill yourself for that. You would really work hard para lang makakuha ng LV na alam mo hindi mo naman afford. Magkakautang-utang ka na alam mo hindi naman afford. So, yun. Just live within your means. Okay, so, eto na, nag-graduate na ako ng college, right? Then I had to live on my own. Not really. So, I graduated college. My first work I was only earning Very, very humble amount of 11,000. And this is from someone who graduated from LaSalle with an honorable mention. I graduated with honors. And yet, I was earning 11,000, di ba? Sakit sa ulo ng dad at sakit sa bulsa ng dad. Hindi ROI 11,000 lang, pambihira, minimum wage. But it was okay. The story there is, I was accepted by PNG even before graduating, but they wanted me to be in finance department. I took up advertising degree in college, FYI. And so, my direction was, gusto ko nasa marketing ako. And so, I turned it down kasi parang, oh my God, anong gagawin ko sa finance? Hindi ko gusto yan. Hello, nag-celebrate nga ako nung natapos ko yung accounting classes ko. Alam mo yun, yung lahat ng units ko sa accounting, nung natapos ko sila, I celebrated because I hated accounting. No offense to my professors, but I really hated that subject. Tapos mapupunta ako sa finance? Ba't ganun? So, I turned it down kasi parang, I'm not gonna be there to work more about finance and accounting. Tapos pinagalitan ako ng mom ko. Hindi naman pinagalitan, pinagsabihan niya, bakit mo tinurn down? Dapat nagtanong ka, dapat in-accept mo. Kasi it's so much easier for you to work around and shift within the company. At least nasa PNG ka na, nakapasok na yung paa mo sa PNG, di ba? After 1-2 years, hindi mag-request ka na palipat ka. And na-turn down ko na. Wala ka naman bawiin ko. Naghanap ako ng ibang work. So, naghanap muna ako ng ibang work. And syempre, kung ikaw yung naghahanap, you can't really, wala kang control sa salary mo, di ba? Kasi ikaw yung naghahanap eh. Not unless ikaw yung hinanap, kagaya nangyari sa PNG, ako yung in-invite, then I can perhaps, depend my price or whatever. Pero since ako yung naghanap, minimum wage, 11,000, I remember. But I was happy then. Even at 11,000, nakakaipon ako. But I only stayed for that job for 10 months. And eventually was offered by another job in an international business consulting firm, and I was earning 30,000. It was too much for me at that time, honestly. I didn't need that much money. I worked for that company for 2 years until PNG invited me again. So, nung nag-email sila ulit na gusto talaga nila ako, hindi na ako nagpakipot. Kasi baka, hindi naman everyone invite nila twice, di ba? Sa dami na nag-graduate na malamang mas matalino pa sa akin. Sino ba ako nung pakipot? So when they emailed again and said they offered me the same post, I accepted na just as my mother advised me. And so I got in PNG with joining in as under finance. First 3 years in PNG, I was under finance. And in my second year, I was really driven to move towards marketing. And sabi nila, ang pinaka may marketing or brand touch point na in finance is forecasting. And so, doon ako napunta. I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't. So, I stayed there for a year. And I resigned. Because I shared with my manager then na parang, okay, I really wanted to be in brand and that's my end goal. But I cannot wait for 2 more years. Kasi sa PNG, in 2 years, naro-rotate kami. If you are doing well in your yearly metrics, you are sure to be rotated. Kapag hindi ka okay, kasi lahat kayo rinarate, pag hindi okay yung rating mo, you will tend to stay more. So, the fact that I was able to shift within 3 years, meaning okay ako, I'm right on track, ganyan. But if you are exemplary, sobrang galing mo, syempre makakat short yun, mamumove ka agad. I was told that I need to wait 2 more years and hindi pa sure kung malilipat ako sa brand. So parang, okay, I cannot wait 2 more years. By that time, it's already 6 years and it's too much, I was dreaming of myself growing old in PNG. But, dude, 6 years, medyo matagal yun. Wala akong ganito. I guess I have set myself for some timeline on my own. Meron ako sariling timeline ever since before. Bata pa lang ako. No, not really bata, but when I was in college, ang target ko lang talaga PNG. Sinabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi pa ako nag-graduate, sinabi ko sa sarili ko, I wanted to be in PNG so much so that in LaSalle, if you are part of the top 10 of the batch, you are invited by these big companies to take your test and exam and everything even before graduating, and I had that. Hindi sa nagmamayabang, but I was top 5% of my batch. And so I got invited by P&G, by Unilever, by GSK, by Accenture, and there's one more, Globe. Those are the companies that were offered for business students. Of course, pag nasa engineering ka, iba. Pag sa ano, iba. P&G was my goal, so much so that hindi ko talaga sinabit yung Unilever Business Week application form ko. Kasi sinabi ko sa sarili ko, I will be in P&G, it's all or nothing. Kapag hindi ako natanggap sa P&G, I will not settle for second best. Hindi ako mapupunta sa Unilever. I'd rather shift to another industry than be in the second best. Diba? Taray ng lola mo. Ang yabang. Pero ganun. Kasi kailangan, for me, kailangan meron kang risk eh. Kung maisip ko na meron akong fallback, I will not work as hard. Yung parang, it's all or nothing. Ganun ako, the way I do it. Like, even in college, kaya ako piniling advertising kasi quota course siya. Kapag bumagsak ka sa qualifying exam by second year, automatic shift out ka. Hindi ko pwede magstay sa advertising. Quota course yung advertising. Accounting, isa pang quota course na wala akong balak mag-accounting. Kapag bumagsak ka sa qualifying exam ng accounting, automatic MFI ka. So, wala naman akong balak mag-accounting. So, advertising yung kinuha ko. So, ganun. I like setting goals for myself because it gives me pride. If I achieve that, if I surpass that, dun ako masaya eh. You know? So, yun. I set goals for myself para may standards tayo. And that's the goal that I set. I wanted to be in P&G and I didn't submit my Unilever Business Week because ayoko ng fallback. Gusto ko masakit kapag bumagsak ako. Kapag hindi ko nakuha yung P&G, gusto ko yung matatandaan ko even years after. Yung masakit talaga. Sadista talaga ako sa sarili ko. So, yun. Awa ng Diyos. Thankfully, I was able to pass it. Got accepted. Offered twice even. Buti na lang, mabait sila sa akin. Hindi naman ako super talino. Hindi naman ako graduate ng magna cum laude or summa cum laude. I was actually a very pretty average student. It's just that, I guess, I'm very outspoken. And so it's hard for teachers not to get to know me because I would always recite, pag kailangan ng recitation. I'd be that person raising my hand. You'd always have that classmate. It can be annoying. I might be annoying for some people. I wouldn't know, pero I'd be that girl sitting in front of the class, in the middle, dun ang gusto kong pwesto, pinakaharap na pinakagitna na nagre-recite. If kilala ko na yung teacher, naging teacher ko na siya so many times, my pwesto is at the back, pinakalikod pero pinakagitna. Pero pag bago yung teacher I've never met, gusto ko magpa-impress eh. Doon ako sa pinakaharap na pinakagitna. Ganun ang style ko noon. Yun lang, gusto ko sa pinakagitna. Either frontmost or backmost. The reason why I stay at the backmost, dahil kilala ko na yung teacher, and even if I raise my hands, I'm sure makikita ako. Pero pag di ko pa kilala, had to be in front para ako yung una niyang makikita. Maalala niya ako. Di ba? Ang galing, no? Ganyan yung mga things na naiisip ko noon yan. Turo niya yan sa mga anak niyo. Ayun. So, ano na bang hinukwento ko? Ayun. So, I graduated from LaSalle, mahal ng tuition namin, one of the most expensive in our generation, but I was only earning 11,000. And it was okay for me. Another trait about me, I guess, is I've never been shy to earn even with little jobs. And during those times, wala akong side hustle because I was just starting, diba? Nagsisimula pa lang ako. So, whatever job that is, tinanggap ko, 11,000, didn't care, wasn't shy about it. Saya ko nga eh, kasi I took it as a learning curve. Yung parang experience lang naman eh. I wasn't shy to earn from odd jobs. All throughout my career life, I will share with you all the things that I've earned money from, and matatawa kayo kasi kahit mababaw yan, pinapatulong ko yun. Nakakatuwa. So, ayun. So, yan. I've been in the corporate, yung corporate life ko nag-start na. I started from 11, 30, tas sa P&G, ganyan, patas. Hindi ko na-declare kung ano yung last work, yung salary ko. Pero yung huli is Avon. And yun, it was cut short. All throughout my college life, I dreamed of growing old in the corporate world, pero na-cut short because, again, na-mention ko na to, because of an unfortunate incident with my boss. I had a very horrible boss when I was in my last company that I had to resign. I only Worked there for 6 months, sayang, but the role was really, really close and dear to my heart. I really enjoyed that job. It's like the pinnacle na of my That's the job that I wanted since I was in college, to be a brand manager for Avon Cosmetics Asia. Woo, wow, grabe, regional role. I was handling the entire Asia. I was reporting to the New York office. I was handling Philippines, Taiwan. China had their own. So, Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia. Australia was under me kasi Asia Pacific. Ano ba iba? Nakalimutan ko na. Tapos nagre-report ako sa New York office. It was so hectic. It was busy, but I loved it. Sobrang masaya ako. Kasi ito na yun eh. Ito na yung dream ko. Tapos na-cut short dahil sa boss. Bad trip, diba? Pero okay lang. Move on na tayo lahat. So since then, I started my entrepreneurial life. I had to find other ways to earn money from. Wala akong backup plan nun. It was a very hasty decision. Na bad trip talaga ako sa boss ko. Nag-resign ako. Ganun ako. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm very quick to judge. I'm very quick to decide. And malakas lang talaga noob ko. I am such a risk taker. And it's something that would not work for everyone. Maybe I have a lucky strike. Swerte lang talaga ako. Hindi ako pinapabayaan ng Diyos. Pero I understand that not all my decisions are smart. Not all my decisions are well prepared for. Like in the course of interviewing people for my podcast, some of them would tell me na, oh, I've prepared for my resignation. Parang 1 year backup plan. May backup plan talaga ako. Tapos sinabi ko, wow. Ako kasi nung nag-resign ako, wala. Trip ko lang. Hindi naman trip, pero na-bad trip talaga ako. Kaya I decided, F you talaga. I'm gonna resign. So I did. I resigned. I remember it was April. It was a holiday. Araw ng kagitingan yun. Tapos, nainis talaga ako sa boss ko. Tapos, sinabi ko, magre-resign ako. So, sinabi ko sa HR, tumawag yung HR, tumawag yung boss ng boss ko sa akin, pinipigilan nila ako. They're willing to rotate yung level ng immediate manager ko, i-shuffle sila so that hindi ko na boss yung boss ko. Ganun sila ka-accommodating so that I will not resign, I will not leave the company. Sabi ko, hindi. That would be too much politika na makikita ng ibang employee yan. Sabihin nila, bakit may special treatment? Ba't kailangan i-reshuffle ang boss para kay Jirbie? Ayoko ng ganun. Alam mo yun? Ayoko ng ganung issue. Kasi sanay ako to work on my own. Alam mo yun? Tapos parang, kung may ganung factor, ayoko ng ganyan. And the company is very, very localized. Uso kasi sa mga Pinoy company yung ganyan, chismisan. At least in PNG, na-realize ko, wala. Kanya-kanya tayong trabaho, walang chismisan. Everybody respected everyone. We knew that we had this roles and responsibilities, kung saan lang yung scope namin, kung ano yung dapat namin i-deliver. Walang tapakan ng roles, walang pakitang gilasan, walang ganun eh. Pero ang na-realize ko, ang nakita ko sa local company, grabe! Sobrang daming sipsipan sa boss, sobrang daming siraan, chuchu here, chuchu there, crab here, crab there. And unfortunately, even if multinational na yung company, medyo localized na yung tradition. So there will be seniority complex. I was very young among the bosses there. So people would look down on me na, sino ba tong batang to? Who's this new kid on the block? Galing PNG, ganyan. And ewan ko, pero yun. Basta ayoko ng ganong issue. So, nag-decide talaga ako, magre-resign ako dito, ayoko na dito. Resign ako. Wala akong backup plan, wala akong trabaho, carry lang. And so, I had to be creative. Saan ako kukuha ng pera? I think at that time, wala pa naman ako masyadong obligation. I think. But I was already living on my own. So, how can I put gasoline in my car, walang pera. So, ito na yung first odd job na kinuha ko. Ewan ko kung alam nyo to, pero noon ewan ko meron pa ngayon. Noon merong company, it's called Rare Job. It's an online teaching platform. Pinatulang ko yun noon. Yun kaka-resign ko pa lang sa Avon. Kaka-resign ko sa corporate. Yun ang pinatulan ko. And at that time, since may ipon naman ako, my goal was to be a YouTuber. So yun, nag-aral ako. While on the sides, working on my Rare Job, I was booking classes. Awa ng Diyos, dami naman akong class na nabubook. So the earnings that I get from Rare Job, I would earn normally about 8,000 pesos. Ganyan, 5 to 8,000. Kasi depende yan sa hours mo eh. Kung wala kang binook, wala kang kita. Magkano lang kita. So, it's not really something na yayaman ka, pero, well, it can put gas on my car and that's enough. Ayun lang naman ang pinagagastusan ko ng medyo malaki, diba, yung gasolina. So, yun. So, okay lang, carry. Rare job tayo, ganyan. Tapos, yun, chinaga ko yung rare job talaga. Tapos, I don't know kung saan ako kumita ng next. Basta, I did a lot of buying and selling. I did buy and sell of Slimming Coffee. Yun, marami ako naging client doon. That also earned me a lot. During that time when I was buying and selling, being an entrepreneur, doon na ako kumikita. I was earning enough for myself, for the way I live, enough to, give my mom pocket money if gusto niya mag-travel, give my dad and grandparents dollars if birthday nila or Christmas. Ganun ang bigayan ko sa kanila. Because I was earning more than what I need, and I know that. If I earn more than what I need, hindi ako yung Scrooge na tinatago lang lahat. I tend to give it to my family. So, yun. And eventually, I've been in that kind of business, just buying and selling. Until, ito na, YouTuber, and then ito, naging aromatherapist na ako. So, as an aromatherapist, ano bang ginagawa ko? Nag-workshop ako. I've been teaching people, getting brand deals, working with brands, naging consultant, may mga projects, ganun na. That is how I earn now. And until I put up Capricorn Dreams, because I wanted to make things tangible, I guess. So yun, we have Capricorn Dreams, but as you may know, because of the pandemic, tagilid ngayon si Capricorn Dreams. Last year, we actually incurred a loss, super loss, kasi we operate via retail, as I've mentioned. Sa mall talaga kami, frozen yung mall. Talagang naluwi kami. I had to give up my rent. Yan, kung hindi nyo pa alam, ngayon alam nyo na. Wala na akong, I had to give up my rent, because we were losing money. And our rent, walang discount. Alam ko yung iba, nag-offer na ng amnesty, nag-waive na, nag-50 off na, pero yung rent namin matibay. Ayaw talagang mag-offer ng discount. Nakakaloka siya, pero okay lang. I guess business is business. You can't really, impose that to everyone. Pag binigyan ka discount, swerte mo. Pagkagaya namin, hindi. Sorry na lang, fold up tayo, ganun. So yun, just this March, because ito na yung renewal ng contract ko for the rent, I had to decide. And I've decided na I can't continue rent. It's so much. I'm not earning as constantly as in 2018-19. So I can't have that burden. So yun, I had to give up my rent, moved out all my machines and all those things, ganun. And okay lang, I shared to people na ito yung experience ko kasi who knows, diba, in the future, papalo ulit yung swerte ko, diba? I would still earn again. It's part of life. It's part of life that you acknowledge your failure and the times that you've failed, and it's part of your life to get learnings from it. And yun lang, the theme is don't put all your eggs in one basket, diba? To have multiple streams of income. So with me, my multiple streams of income since leaving the corporate world has been YouTube. I'm not earning a lot from YouTube, but it's enough to fill my gas tank. Yan, para alam niyo na. Also, hindi lang naman ako nag-fill ng gas tank ko ngayon, diba? Kasi nandiyan na si Chris. So it's not as burdensome as before. So yun, that's another bit. But before, syempre, I had to, fill my own and asikuso yung sarili ko. Now, swerte ko lang na I just earn kahit how much money that I earn, carry lang. Kasi wala akong masyadong, I would say, liability. Wala masyadong burden. Kung ano yung in-earn ko, wala. Panggastos ko. Hindi na ganun ka heavy yung load, kumbaga. So, if I earn this month, okay. Kung wala, okay lang din. Kasi si Chris gagastos naman. Parang ganun. Thank you, Chris! Ayun, lucky lang. But perhaps, siguro kung like before yan, it's gonna be so hard, diba? Siguro swerte ko lang talaga. My other streams of income are, I still do a lot of buy and sell things on the side. I still get involved with a lot of entrepreneurial activities that I don't really want to declare na, pero yun, buy and sell. Of course, my main career is teaching. So my workshops are my main focus, teaching to you. Etong podcast, this is not monetized. podcast is not monetized here in the Philippines as of today that I'm speaking about it. So, wala akong kinikita dito. This is all for labor of love. Talagang gusto ko lang mag-share ng info. YouTube is earning but super little. And then, buy and sell. And then teaching, consulting with brands. What else? Corporate clients ko. Those are my streams of income. Ano pa ba? Oh, and blogging. Yeah, so that's the reason why I revived my blogging, because I'm actually earning from blogging now. Actually, blogging is earning more than YouTube, kung di nyo alam. And if you want to learn more about it, I will attach a link on my description on this podcast, and then you can also join. But you have to have a working website, yung hindi siya libre. You have to have your own domain, bayad dapat yung website mo. It has to be www.whatevername.com. Hindi siya pwede yung .livejournal.com or .wordpress.com. Hindi siya pwedeng libre. Dapat may sarili kang website and then blog. And then you can join and you can also earn. Yun, that's my other stream of income now. That's also the reason why I revived my blog, kasi akala nyo gusto ko lang ng website, hindi. So, totoo lang, inabandon ako na yung website ko years ago. 2018, I stopped na posting a proper blog, but I was provided by this opportunity na, some girls have earned $800 because of that. And I was like, gusto ko yung $800 na yan. And so I joined. I revived my blog. Buti na lang, I have a student who offered to revamp my website again. Shout out to Backbone Marketing, Backbone Creatives. Hey guys, I'm interrupting my own podcast to invite you to check out my revamped website. That's www.couchwasabi.com. And this was designed by Backbone Marketing. Thank you so much, Backbone Marketing, for closely working with me in executing my vision. Backbone Marketing offers logo design, video animation, web development, branding, migration, social media management, Facebook ads management, and more. So if you need anything to do with website design, if you want to build your own websites or manage your social media accounts, don't forget to check out Backbone Marketing. I will link them on the description box for you to check them out. Ayan, dahil kay Ezekiel, na-revive yung website ko. Ang ganda-ganda na niya ngayon. If you haven't seen it, please do visit it. Just drop a comment, reply to any of my blogs. I'd love to see you there on that side. And, we actually earn more on blog right now. And you can join if you have a blog or if you maintain a blog or if you want to start a blog, pwede rin. Just buy your own domain. Tuturuan kita. Magkano lang naman ang domain? Tuturuan kita. May technique dyan na pwedeng hindi kasing ganun kamahal. I will teach you. And then you can earn. So far, I've joined it. Parang, you have to join kasi. So, I've joined it. And wala tong bayad Hindi to MLM. Hindi to networking. Basta may sarili ka lang website, you can join. And it's for free. And so far, I've joined it. 1 week pa lang ako, I earned $100. Diba? Saya. So, yun. I also invited some of my blogger friends. Oy, girl, active ka pa ba sa blogging mo? Ito, check this out. Kasi for real, as in, nagbabayad talaga sila. As in, the next day, pag post mo ng post, bayad agad. Hindi kagaya ng YouTube. Medyo 10 million years tayo sa YouTube. Yun. It's important that you have multiple streams of income. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And don't be so conscious. Like ako, I don't mind working with odd jobs. Diba? Parang, some people might be embarrassed na, I am earning from blogging. Or I'm earning from ganyan. Pero, what? It's a job. It's from, ganyan, I'm an online teacher, rare job, or 51 talk, ganyan. Wala. When I was in rare job, I was telling people I was earning because I'm teaching online. And, wala lang. Everything is an experience for me, no matter how petty or how grand the job is, it's an experience for me. And yun lang, I just embrace experience, all in all. Of course, the money. Pero syempre, more so sa experience. So yun, that's all. Those are my streams of income. When I see an opportunity, pinapatulan ko siya talaga. Even if it's an unpopular one, if it's an unpopular decision. As long as I can see the value, as long as I can rationalize it to myself, I would go for it. I don't mind. I don't mind what other people say, honestly. Kasi hindi naman sila yung maghihirap or hindi naman sila yung yayaman or kikita eh. Ikaw, di ba? So what? Anyway, so yon. Again, if you are interested to maintain a blog and earn, just message me. Tuturuan kita. It's easy to set it up. What else? Yun lang. So, I guess that's all for today. Actually, ang haba ng episode natin today. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy to wrap up this season and to share with you my experience, my bits and pieces. And if you have any other suggestions or comments about this podcast, I'd love to hear what you think, like your reactions, ano yung mga napulot nyo. Do drop them to my Instagram, please. So I will be posting, of course, yung post ko about today's episode. Drop your comments there. I'd love to see your feedback. Or visit my website. That's www.couchwasabi.com. And you can freely stream this episode, all my podcast episodes, through my website para hindi na kayo mahirapan mag-search. Hindi nyo na kailangan mag-install ng Spotify. You can also freely drop in your comments. Meron tayong mga contact forms sa website ko. So, pwede kayo mag-leave ng comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And I hope to see you on my next season of Live Well with Aromatherapist Jirbie Go.